guys?
How are you?
How's the
You guys are the freaking dedicated warriors. You know what I mean? So I was in church last Sunday. Was it last Sunday? And Anthony Archibald, who is I don't know, his second cousin in my ward. Incredible human being. He's talking about his daughter. They are all competitive skiers. They're young. They're incredible. And he said one of his daughters, when it gets really, really cold out, like it's blistering cold out, she's like, I love when it's, they go skiing they train like crazy. They go at 3 o'clock in the morning before it was there. I love when it's cold because it keeps all the wimps away.
It's a kind of way of calling
You
it
got,
degenerate journalists.
no, you guys are the gamers, man. It's cold. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
no, just what do you attribute the success on defense in this group so far?
I'm a genius, clearly. A lot. I think a lot. I think our guys have been really dialed in. I think that they are really kind of, man, let me start over. One, I think the thing I've been most pleased with has been our real-time communication. For the last 4 years, we've kind of sat here and moaned and groaned about, we got to talk. NBA players talk. I should take you to NBA practice. They talk. You guys don't even understand how much talking. And then, meantime, the whole time, I'm the one doing the talking. And so, courtesy of the squad and my staff, it kind of was a universal try this summer to be we're not talking anymore. And so we actually carved out time every single possession, every single practice for our guys to huddle up and evaluate and talk to each other and coach each other. And I think we've talked about this before where now we're kind of in the habit of we'll huddle up after a possession or a play or a here, there, back or a series, and the coaches just are allowed to go stand and listen while the players kind of break it down about what they did well, what they want to do better, and it just has become contagious. And we have great, smart, high IQ, caring guys on our team. We just had to give them the space to actually do it. And so I would say I love our real-time communication so much. I think that's been a massive, massive win for us. Our guys have been really I think a second thing that's been surprising to me is trying to coach confidence on the defensive end, which is so interesting. I don't know if Trevin has shared with you, or maybe I have, but we had in the spring, Trev was going through some defensive drills, and I was just we really need him to be able to guard because he's so potent on the offensive end, and we just got in a conversation real time on the court where it was kind of it felt like he was on his heels, and there was a little bit of a confidence issue with where he was always kind of in the space where he was second-guessing himself and doubting himself and whatever. And our guys have done an unbelievable job of remedying that where we're guarding with confidence. I know as weird as that sounds to you, it sounds 100 times more weird to me, but it's actually real. And so I'm really proud of that. And then, Kahil Fennell is leading our defensive charge, and he's done an unbelievable job taking ownership of that side of the ball and kind of bringing new ideas to the table. And we've changed philosophies from trying to be every single possession in the right place team where we don't change much to really having change in defenses. And I think all of those things have been really important.
Was that a change from last year where Coach Fennell was designated
Yes.
as the defensive
Yes.
guy? What inspired that change to where he was the designated defensive guy?
It was just time. It was just the right time. We kind of, one of the things that I think we're doing better right now is trying to I've always, as a coach, I've always been wanting to utilize everything that everybody can bring to the table. And so it was a community effort on a lot of things, which there are some real wins that, and we still do that. But we've had a huge emphasis as we kind of reworked the staff this summer with personnel changes and positional changes. The focus was, yes, we want everybody to share in all the work, but we want to really, really focus on bringing out people's strengths. And Coach Fennell is unbelievable communicator on our team, and has come from different places in basketball and has a really great demeanor and rapport with our guys. And it's just the right space for him right now, and he's crushing it.
What are your thoughts on Bellarmine? Seeing their film, obviously they play a super unique style of basketball and offense.
Yeah, they're really good. They haven't had exactly the results they want so far, but they are very game plan oriented defensively. Is kind of our take on it. They really are going to take their best shot at guarding, at having specific game plans for specific teams defensively, and then on the offensive end, they're probably. I mean, I don't know if we're tracking it nationwide, but they've got to be the most sides of the floor per possession offensively. They're really remarkable. They swing the ball in attack, on the run really, really well. They got 5 really, really skilled guys on the floor. Most of the time 4 guys that can really shoot it, and sometimes 5, and then a postman who's probably been their best player the last 5 games. They're a good team. Clearly really well coached. Coaches, I think, is he on year 20 maybe?
Yeah, he's been there forever.
It's incredible what he's done, and they're a good team. They're a good team.
What is the depth provided for you defensively? It seems like it's fair to say that you're probably 9 or 10 as you've been 7 or 8 the last couple of years.
Yeah. It clearly helps us. It's interesting because we haven't had a roster yet. Like what's the date? Are we December? We're somewhere in December, right? So we haven't had a game where we've had our roster available to us. So the depth, first and foremost, has been a blessing just in terms of being able to survive. And at some point, we're going to have a full roster, and it's going to be really fun. We're like, wow, we just get to really coordinate that effort. But it helps us. Certainly helps our energy on the floor. We're asking our guys to do a lot, especially with this kind of wedge slice in the game. We're asking them to do a lot. And so I think it helps keep guys fresh. I think it helps us jockey assignments a little bit. I think it helps us jockey matchups a little bit, both on the offensive and defensive. And I think it helps us coordinate player groups where I have a little more freedom to kind of put player A with player B because the leverage of those 2 guys together is really, really good over the first 11 games. And so it gives us a lot of flexibility, which has been really nice. It also keeps the locker room really fresh. It's pretty fun that way.
How'd everyone get their finals done? All that could they get taken care of?
We're close. We got a couple guys that are, going to push the midnight oil tonight to get them done. But yeah, we're pretty close.
Did Noah finish 5 days ahead of schedule?
Noah is done.
There we go.
Like he walked in the office today, being like, "Let's go, come on, did it." No, super proud of him.
What this team has a lot of chemistry. It seems like on and off the court. Like, what are some things they do away from the court that brings them so close here? We've heard about the Europe trip, but since that, what do they do that brings that chemistry together?
Well, that's a better question for some of the guys that are putting all this on, like Dallin Hall and Trevin Nell and Jackson Robinson. I think that they will probably share some of the things that they do together as a team with you, and some of the things that they won't share.
I heard they got Super Smash Brothers in the team area.
Yeah, and they're having fun. We got brackets going, and it's actually been a nice way for these guys to kind of exhale a little bit from time to time. But I think they're pretty diverse in the things they do together, which is really special. Actually, it's brilliant.
Do you feel like that's critical though to a successful team, having that close bond where they like being together, either married or not? They like being around each other.
For us, it's like 100% critical. Those relationships not only help you function well on the court when you're playing well, but they help you stay alive and stay afloat when things get hard. And certainly, in the Big 12, things get hard for everybody, for every team they get hard in the Big 12. So it is vital. And it didn't happen by mistake or by accident. It is our guys. Like our guys, I've talked about this. Jackson Robinson, is one of the guys on the team that went way out of his way all summer to push himself way outside of his comfort zone to build relationships with our guys. It's one of the many things he did this summer that have helped us. And, Trevin Nell took a leadership role in that endeavor. And Dallin Hall's always been that way. But it's vitally important for a team to function well together, and certainly important for us. And our guys have killed it, man. They've been unbelievable that way. And we have great pieces, too, so it's been fun.
What's the available roster look like for Friday?
Foose has actually been really good the last few mornings, but I'm guessing no Foose. We'll see. I think we'll have some of Dawson Baker, although I don't know, his foot responded great to the game last week. But and I'm hoping we'll have Jax, although Jax hasn't practiced it. We'll see how it feels today. I'm hoping we'll have Marcus, but he's just finished finals and was pretty sick yesterday, so we'll see how that fits together. So figure it out. Awesome. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas.